Welcome to the South Asian Health Show. I'm your host, Rina Gill. Thank you for joining us today. We have a very interesting topic to share and two special guests. But before we get started, I just want to let everyone know that one of our main goals with the South Asian Health Show is to regularly share healthy products and services that are available to the community. I know a lot of people are busy with their day-to-day lives, so sometimes it's hard for them to do the research that's required in order to make a purchase. Sometimes we're hesitant to purchase certain products because we don't know what kind of results we're going to get. So today we have two special guests that are going to tell us about something we all love, even if we don't want to admit to it. We all love chocolate, folks. I'm sure you will all agree with me. And guess what? There's a healthy alternative. So I'd like to introduce and welcome Dr. Dan and Surjit Prewal from Well Beyond. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Rina.
Thank you.
So Dr. Dan, why don't we start off by maybe you can tell us about your background and a little bit of background on the company?
Oh, sure. One of the neat things about this is we've been involved with the healthy chocolate since the day one. And we started this in October of 2006. And at that point, nobody knew that dark chocolate was really good for you, but you'd always see a newspaper article about a new study that just came out. And what I like to do is rely on those studies because that's not marketing, that's actually the science behind our products. And a lot of companies do not have science like this behind the products, but we do. And as you know, then what I did is I wrote I checked all the health journals, Journal of American Medical Association, on and on and on, to find out what type of studies were out there, because we heard that dark chocolate was good for us, but we didn't know why. And so because of that, everybody knows why, even up to today, but they might not know why, but they know that dark chocolate is good for them. And the process of going through that and figuring that whole thing out is kind of interesting because it led us to a lot of good products that are actually what we call evidence-based. Evidence-based means there's studies in the medical literature to support our particular products, and very few companies can actually make a statement like that. So that's what we did, and what I did is put all those into a journal. You can see it here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but
yes, we can.
Okay, that's healthy chocolate, current studies on the health benefits of dark chocolate. And it's I've pulled them out of the Journal of American Medical Association, American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, Proceedings of the National Academy of Science, Journal of Nutrition, the American Society of Nutritional Sciences, Experimental Biology and Medicine, the Journal of American College of Nutrition, University Healthcare Department Internal Medicine Clinical Trials, Clinical Care Nurse, Harvard Gazette Archives, and Science Daily. So it's a very good representation of what is actually in the medical literature out there as far as the medical studies go. And because of that, it's something that we were able to build on. And this was like in 2007. Once I found that, I wrote an editorial and it was published in our local newspaper about can chocolate be good for you? And the answer, of course, was yes, and this is why. And on those studies that you see the news media telling you about, and this is again the reason why everybody knows about that, they'll say, oh yeah, we just found a new study that the dark chocolate helps decrease blood pressure or something like that, but they don't tell you why. But there's always a medical caveat in there, or a medical objection in there in the newspaper, wherever this article popped up. And it always says, well, just don't eat too much because there's bad fats, refined processed sugar, waxes, fillers, preservatives, and all that bad stuff. Well, that's true of the chocolate that's out there. And the reason that's true is because the raw chocolate itself is very, very bitter. And that's where the nutrients are, in the bitterness. And so what happened was with the Aztec and Mayans, the Dutch came over and took the chocolate back to Europe, but it was just too bitter. People didn't like it. So they alkalized it. They roasted it. They added sugar to it. They added milk to it. And so what they actually essentially did was make it a candy. Okay. Well, once we found that out, then we went to the U.S. Department of Trademarks and found out. We told them we had the answer to all those questions, and they believed us, and they looked at our studies and our information, and they actually gave us the trademark healthy chocolate. So we're not just talking about dark chocolate is good for us, healthy chocolate. What makes it healthy? Well, number one, it's not roasted, it's cold pressed. And people in nutrition know that cold pressing does not destroy the nutrients. And one of the things we found out, which is kind of surprising, is the cocoa bean has the highest antioxidants of any food on the planet. We talk about blueberries being high on antioxidants. Blueberries are 2,400 on that antioxidant scale. The cocoa bean is like 27,000 on that same scale.
That's absolutely amazing to hear, doctor. I eat a lot of blueberries, but now I can justify eating chocolate, the healthy chocolate.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So it's cold pressed, it's not heated, you don't destroy the nutrients. And because of that, we see a tremendous number of health benefits. Number one is inflammatory. All your major diseases have a major component of inflammation with that. And that's one of the things our dark chocolate will do in all of those diseases is it'll help decrease that inflammatory process of that particular disease. Now, we actually have these the amount of antioxidants and the flavonoids printed right on our products, right on the covering of the chocolate itself, so you know exactly what it is. Most of your cardiologists know exactly what flavonoids is. And this is very, very high in the flavonoids, which are the polyphenols that are really the workhorses of a lot of the dark chocolate. One of the things we found is it's so good for the cardiovascular system. And what it does, it stops the oxidation of the cardiovascular system. You know, every time we breathe, we take in oxygen. The oxygen, there's actually a leftover radical from that oxygen that because what it's doing is it's bumping into molecules trying to grab the electrons, and it doesn't have the electrons there, or it grabs them and it takes it, then that becomes a free radical. So we have chain reactions of free radicals going on in the body 24 hours a day. And what that does is that causes tissue damage. When you get tissue damage in the body or in cells, the body sends out inflammatory chemicals. And that's why there's so much inflammation in all the diseases out there. I recently did a presentation to the Medical Doctors Society, and they also had EMTs and stuff in the audience there. And I said, okay, I want to ask you guys, you doctors, a question. They're out there treating patients. What are the two top diseases that you're most concerned about? And so I went around the room, we wrote them all down. We had like 50. And I said, okay, now what's common with all those diseases? And they said, inflammation. I said, what causes inflammation? They didn't know what caused inflammation. So how can they treat if they didn't know? Because they're into just treating the particular condition. And so I explained that process to them, and they're like blown away by it because they had not thought about approaching it from that aspect. And so that's one of the cool things. And the thing is, we're not just talking about information. What we're talking about is applied information. Information is not powerful. Knowledge is not powerful. It's the applied knowledge. And that's what we do with the chocolate. We apply this. I've been in practice over 30 years. I treat over 30,000 patients. I know what it's like to treat patients and with the results of this too. And so I'm applying this knowledge. And what I like to do is I'm just here pointing out where the studies are, where the medical literature is, where it's leading us, and the type of studies that we have, because the cardiovascular system is one of the best things in the world as far as if you can protect it, because it'll cause all kinds of problems. The blood pressure goes up because the hardening of the arteries, all that type of stuff. Cholesterol goes up. And so what we found is by taking the dark chocolate, then it approaches the arteries that have been beat to death, so to speak, with the free radicals. They become like Velcro-like, and the cholesterol, they become phone cells. They stick to the side. Okay, that's a big start of cardiovascular type of issues. Well, what the chocolate does, it will stop that process because it's so high in antioxidants. It slows that process down, and we actually see benefits. Anybody that's eating just regular chocolate already knows it. Oh, I feel better. You know, it's an depression type of thing, and people know that already. Well, you know what we did is we took like my patients and a bunch of other patients and said, okay, let's see what evidence we hack this up. And so we did a full blood workup on all these patients, and came out, and you could see cholesterol went down, blood pressure went down, triglycerides went down. Triglycerides went down from a severe level to a safe level. This is incredible. I don't think there are any medical drugs on the market that can actually do some of this stuff. And so to me, it was very surprising to see, but it's very objective. It wasn't just subjective. I feel better. Yeah, you will feel better. You feel better very, very quickly. but you take blood in 30 days, and from where you take blood initially, then 30 days later take the blood, you'll see the objective evidence of your health improving. And to me, that's really, really huge. And that's one of the best things that we can show people as well, too, because it's not just a marketing gimmick or something like that.
So Dr. Dan, within the South Asian community, heart disease is a major issue. Our community is predisposed to cardiovascular issues. So the fact that you explain the benefits, that's amazing, because I mean, I'm sure Surjit will agree that our diet usually is not the best overall. A lot of sweets, lot of bad fats, and it's just part of our culture and tradition. So, I mean, even though we try to promote everything in moderation, with all the events that happen within the community, all the weddings and the cultural traditional events that happen, sometimes it's hard to refrain from it. So
Rina, that is something I want to interject right now. I used to weigh 298 pounds in 2006 August.
Almost 300 pounds.
Exactly. Right now,
Wow.
I've been steady sitting at 210, 215, 210, 215. I went lower than 210. People were saying, Paji, are you okay? I got so fed up. Finally, I said, yeah, I have cancer. Leave me alone. Because I was so skinny, people thought I was sick. So there comes to a point in time in your body, you need to keep your weight at a certain level. I'm a 6'2". I've been heavy boned. My whole family is dinosaurs. So we can't look thin. We look bad. Now, having talked about that, yes.
Let me follow up on that, Surjit, because what we did is we're actually use our products, the medical doctors, the American Journal of Bariatric Medicine actually did some studies with our products. And it was like a 12-week study. 50 individuals started this, and all 50 of the individuals lost weight just eating our product, just eating that chocolate, because the body, it actually balances the body. And what that does is they were so impressed with it because it wasn't just people losing weight. It wasn't just a diet like that. It was actually a behavioral change where they lost weight. They didn't have cravings. And by taking blood work before and after, you could see that all their blood work improve. And to me, and to the two doctors, the medical doctors that did this, that's absolutely amazing. They hadn't seen that before. When, yeah, you can lose weight just cutting your calories down, but you're not helping the health, overall health of the body. And they were so impressed with that. That's why they actually wrote it up and published it in their medical journal. This is the American Journal of Bariatric Medicine. And how many companies can say they have a product like chocolate in a medical journal? And right there, Surjit is the result of that too. He saw that early on, and that's why he did that. And that's the type of benefits and objective evidence that we have. And to me, that's really huge. And the thing is, we'll see those benefits in the heart, the cardiovascular system, cholesterol. We're seeing it in diabetes. We're seeing it in oral health. We're seeing it in autoimmune diseases. We're seeing it in certain types of cancer studies. And that's a neat thing because it's addressing something the body does, which is homeostasis. The body strives towards a state of health 24/7. If you can help it and get rid of interferences to that body, it can gain that health. And that's what we're seeing with these products. Does that help?
I know there's a variation of different products available. So can someone tell us about that?
We do have some variations. And right now, since our company was absorbed by another company, they add some added products to that. We have a healthy energy drink, but the main products that I wanted to talk about today were the two different products. We actually have three products, excuse me, a chocolate. One is a very, very dark chocolate. The other one is a dark chocolate, but we've added probiotics to that. Anybody in nutrition knows that probiotics help the gut health, which that's where your immune system starts. Okay, so what we found is with the medical studies is the chocolate, when we put the probiotics in there, actually coats the probiotics. Most of the time you take probiotics, it goes through the stomach, and this large percentage destroyed by the stomach acid. Well, the stomach acid does not destroy this because it's coated by the chocolate molecules. And so it gets into the intestines where it needs to be. And that's really, really huge. And so the immune system is very, very important. Anything associated with that immune system, I mean, is just tremendous. And we see improvements in that immune system because of that. We also have a chocolate shake as well, which is very, very good as well. And that's what we actually used in that weight loss study that I just mentioned there too. So yeah, and we also have energy drinks and different things like that. But the neat thing is all of our products are evidence-based. We have evidence in the medical literature to back up what we're saying and what we're doing. And all I do is just point out where that is, where it is in the medical literature.
I know a lot of people resort to grabbing a chocolate bar whenever they're at work and they're wanting to take a break. And a lot of the big chocolate companies have based their marketing campaigns around that. I won't name any names, but we all know which candy bars and chocolate bars actually promote that. And so I guess people just for convenience purposes and of course for taste purposes as well, but to know that there's a healthy chocolate alternative in the market that will offer additional health benefits. Instead of deteriorating your health, it's offering benefits. I think that's a huge, huge opportunity for people to make healthier decisions in their day-to-day lives.
Well, it really is, because the chocolate is out there is roasted. So the nutrient value is very, very low. And it all has all the bad fats, refined processed sugar, the waxes, the fillers, all that bad stuff. Our chocolate doesn't have any of that. That's why we're the only company that can call themselves healthy chocolate, according to the U.S. Trademark Department.
The fact that you're able to do that, Dr. Dan, the fact that you were able to trademark those words, that in itself it offers a lot of credibility. So I'm pretty sure with our viewers, they're going to be interested on finding out how to purchase these products. But before we get into that, I just want to let everyone know that we are working with Surjit very closely. We have been for the past few months. The ad has been running in the South Asian Health magazine. So if by chance you do happen to have a copy or you'd like to read it online, please do look out for the ad. There's a lot of information about what Dr. Dan explained about flavonoids and cacao. So if you wanted to get some more information and get Surjit's contact information, it is available in the ad in the magazine as well. So now, Dr. Dan or Surjit, if you want to let us know or walk us through the process, that if people are interested in having a look at the products online, how do they go about ordering it?
Sorry, Dr. Dan, go ahead.
No, I was just going to add one more thing. A lot of people talk about allergies to chocolate. Well, I called the College of Immunology, and there are no recorded allergies to chocolate. It's either the berries that it's mixed with or some of the other chemicals it's mixed with. So if a person is allergic, they don't have to worry about our chocolate. They will not get allergic reactions to it, unless they're allergic to a berry or something like that, but they will not get allergic reaction to the chocolate itself. So I'll turn it over to Surjit. He knows how to go about all that. Go ahead, Surjit.
Thank you, Dr. Dan. Yeah, if anybody wants to order or get more information, they just visit my website, genetic website, which is mydailychoice.com/S P 28992. My information, my phone number, my email will be on it.
That's awesome. And what we'll do as well, Surjit, we'll put all that information in the description, video description below. So I'm actually sold. I'll actually be talking to Surjit after this.
One thing though, I have been bugging you for months. Give me an address where I can drop you some stuff off, and you're not listening to me. So I hope you believe Dr. Dan.
You know, Dr. Dan, I've been telling Surjit as well. I travel a lot for business. And so what ends up happening with me, I'm in and out of town. And on top of that, I've been on a little bit of a journey doing a lot of cleanses as well. So I think I kind of have to pace myself a little bit when it comes to trying products. But definitely I've been fascinated from day one. The way Surjit has explained everything to me, the information I've come across. And then, of course, after this show today, I'm even more convinced that this is something I would like to try. We always, after dinner or throughout the day, are reaching for something sweet. Why not go for a healthier alternative? Why not, right? So even if it comes down to just giving it a try and see how it works out, why not? So Surjit, we will be talking after the show. Definitely.
Well, can I say one more thing? For additional information on science and medical studies, that type of thing, if you want a good resource, I have a Facebook page called Dr. Dan Says, SAYS ... And what I do, I bring up a lot of the medical studies in there and discuss them. So if somebody's really interested in that, that'd be a good resource for them. Dr. Dan Says on Facebook.
I already joined, Dr. Dan. I already joined your Facebook page, so I'm already going to be up to date on all the information you share. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us today. I think sometimes a lot of people will see products in the market, but they don't understand the science behind it. They don't understand that if there's any credibility behind it. And so to have this information for our viewers today, I really, really appreciate that. And of course, the point person to purchase the products is Surjit Prewal. So we will definitely be doing a lot of future videos, I hope, right, Surjit?
Yes, but also
we'll bug Dr. Dan every so often as well.
Yeah, I would really like to go further and put a promotion out for a challenge for any, say like 5, 10 people, 20 people want to lose weight. Mind you, all they have to do is purchase the product. And we will see their weight loss and they will talk about it tomorrow. We don't need to say what their weight losses are. We want their testimony tomorrow.
That's awesome, Surjit. You know what? You and I will definitely connect and we will talk about that as well. We can definitely run that through our social media, through the magazine. We want to see people take control of their health. We want them to make healthier choices in life. And so, as I had mentioned in the beginning of this show, the whole purpose of us having Dr. Dan and Surjit Prewal on today was just to show you that there's another healthier alternative out there for chocolate. And why not try it? You never know. There's tons of health benefits. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to thank Dr. Dan for joining us today. I know he's a very, very busy person. And where Dr. Dan is right now, the weather's amazing. And we can't say the same in Canada. We've got a lot of snow out here. But Dr. Dan, thank you so much for joining us today. We will be keeping in contact for future shows. And Surjit, both you and I will work on putting something together for our viewers as well.
Sure, thank you. It's always been great working with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dan.
My pleasure. Thanks so much.
Thanks,
Okay.
Dr. Dan.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So everyone, thank you for tuning in today's episode of the South Asian Health Show. We will be coming back with another episode next week. Stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.